Hello, it's Zakaria. I will talk about the Shopify dashboard today and my approach, and also I will mention about my approach to creating the e-commerce dashboard, basically, and also I will give some real world examples that guide us to create a effective dashboard rather than the beautiful looking dashboard. So let's start. My approach is basically dashboards are the living things, and I think they are the machines that give you to answer your business questions. So what is your questions? What is your needed? What is your current bottleneck on your business? And then we should focus on the create a dashboard that deep dive this bottleneck to give you more insight to solve this bottleneck. So in this example, for example, if you want to increase your traffic, it is more straightforward. You should focus on the organic and paid traffic. But if you want to increase your conversion rate, you should focus on the bounce rate, add to cart rate, checkout performance, or etc. But all of these metrics are valuable together, so you should focus on each KPI. But if you want to build the dashboard which contains all of these metrics, it will take almost 20 different pages. So my suggestion is to start iterative, which means if you this is the first time to creating dashboard, and I think you should focus on only your bottleneck. And what is the problem of your bottleneck, and which bottleneck are you having right now? So focusing the bottleneck give you two important outcome. The first one is your main focus and your team focus is mainly to solve that bottleneck right now, and this dashboard will help you to solve these questions. And the second one, if you create a dashboard that won't touch your current bottleneck right now, then maybe dashboard will be beneficial, but it won't be that beneficial because there is another bottleneck, and this bottleneck should be solved before the user flow to the next step. So let's start with the bottleneck and create one dashboard, and then add following dashboards. But in the other hand, if you have a vetted, experienced e-commerce manager, and you know how to optimize your business with the data, but needs more automated way to get this data, and then throw the KPIs and metric and dimension and what you need to your visualization expert, and expect them to create a dashboard based on your current operation. And the approach for this, creating the whole project is you have a project and you have the e-commerce business which is operational, and you want to automate some part of this decision making system, and that is why we are creating the dashboard for the whole. And clearly my suggestion is to connect the data sources automatically, and for this I'm using the Supermetrics and PowerMyAnalytics mostly, and we can use the Integromat or Zapier or any other connection tools. And also Google Data Studio doesn't need a connection for the Google Analytics, Google Ads, MySQL, and a few more data sources by the way. But as I said, for my suggestion is to focus on the data itself rather than to maintain the dashboard. And you should put a connection. You should plug the connection rather than to pull the data manually, to focus on the outcome rather than to maintain the dashboard. So if you don't have get the data manually, for example, there is no relevant data because all the data, I found one. So for example, if you want to focus on the lifetime value on the Shopify, then maybe we should get the data manually, because Shopify API doesn't give this data. And also, if you want to segment your users based on the, for example, the new users, loyal users, etc., and also Amazon API doesn't give this data to you through the PowerMyAnalytics at least, and we should get this data manually. But all the other stuff, and I remember one more, the Klaviyo, and I have a few Klaviyo clients, and they all get the data manually weekly and put it to Google spreadsheet, and we connected to Google Data Studio to Google Sheets to get data automatically from the Google Sheets, and there won't any maintenance, just export the data and put this data into the Google Sheets in raw structure. So let's start a few examples, and these examples are the real world examples, and only here for give you more insights and try to enlarge your horizons to understand, give you some understanding how to get most out of from these dashboards. So this is the overview metric, and you can get all the important metrics in one dashboard, in the main dashboard, to track your business in daily. Just open this dashboard in one tab, a browser tab, and look at this dashboard in a few days or weekly or etc. And if you see some problem on some metric, then you can switch. You can review the following pages to understand the root cause. So top metrics are on the overview, and if there is something wrong with the top metric, one of the top line metrics, then look at the following dashboards with the more detailed feedback or more detailed analysis. And these are the random examples, by the way. I have hundreds of dashboards so far, and these examples are this client wants to manage vendors, so they have different vendors, and they will give these dashboards to each vendor, and each vendor will see their own data only and optimize their business. And this is a gross profit trend, and since we have all the data, and if you put the product cost data into Shopify, then we can get the cost of goods sold data and then calculate the profit over time, and then you can see the trends of the profit, and even you can see the profit of each product. And this is mostly this dashboard gets the data from Google Analytics, but if you are using Shopify, it is very easy to implement the enhanced e-commerce and Google Analytics. Google Analytics and enhanced e-commerce, and enhanced e-commerce, Google Analytics enhanced e-commerce gives this data to you. And there is a story from the detail views to check out the purchase for the product. And the important part is how to we track this story, and how to break down this story, this funnel with the different dimensions. So in that way you are seeing the overall performance of the products, and then you can see each category and each product funnel performance, and this is very valuable. And this is coming to Shopify also. And sorry, I have to pull your almost everything on here, but there's the category names over here. There was a 5 main category for that client, and you can see that there's a huge decrease in the third category. And then maybe you should focus on the each product for this category. What is the problem of this category? What is the problem? Which product has caused this problem mostly? And this is the business questions we can ask when we see this metric on the dashboard. And this one of the greatest dashboard, I think. This is the product analyzers, and these are the top products, and this is the trend of the most important KPI for each product. And this table is basically a filter. So for example, if you click the third product, then you will see this product revenue trend, average price trend, or add to basket and purchase trend. So you can understand that, okay, for example, the third product was my top product once, but for a few weeks it is losing some tractions. And what should the problem with that questions with that product? And in this table you are seeing both the top line metrics, but also you can deep dive this top line metrics with some products and analyze that product's performance and find the root cause that cause your business down. And I think this is the important stuff. This is important functions or tools that give you some more insights based on your own data. And in a nutshell, my suggestion is to start small with one or two dashboard, and then enlarge the dashboard with more dashboard based on your current analytics maturity. And always focus on the bottleneck rather than the creating the overall all the dashboards. But if you don't have bottleneck, or if you don't know yet what is the bottom, what is the what step is causing us losing the loss of money, then maybe you should create a few dashboards to spot the main problem. And there are lots of KPI, lots of metrics, lots of dimensions, but important thing is we should start with the business questions, and this dashboard always drive a business outcomes. So the good looking dashboard is okay, and the most very complex dashboard is but for example, think about that. You have a few 5 important KPI, and think about that you are seeing this KPI, these metrics with the trend data in one dashboard. And I think this is the most beneficial and high outcome with the dashboard with the high outcome. And then you can focus on I'm now seeing the history of the trend of these 5 keywords, and what is the imagine that you are seeing this metrics in the dashboard, and there is some decrease on one of these metrics, and you should ask why. And then we will start the following dashboards based on this understanding, because you will be ready for the next questions. And I should build up the dashboard based on your questions, and you want to drive that side, and then I should pour the asphalt and build the road to allow you to drive at that area. So after that, the one of the most important thing is assign your colleague to each page or each metric. In that way, they will look at that this dashboard every day or every week, and then optimize their own business. And dashboards are mainly is working like the OKRs, and keep everyone in the team in the same page. And then if they have a KPI, a metric in this dashboard, they will look at that dashboard almost every day and solve the questions. And you won't spend time for that in the future. And also, you or someone in the team should get a basic training from me or from one of your consultant to solve a very basic problem, such as to change the title, add a very basic metric or chart, etc., or change the color. And in that way, you will reduce the maintenance cost. And yeah, that's all, I think. Please, if you're interested, please send me an email or reach me some freelancing platform. And thank you for listening.